level 1 trade, and level 2 with Shen is near unmatched, especially for a bottom lane. So this could be a very explosive lane to watch, and AL need to be incredibly careful because they are so short range. Walk into Fog of War. You don't have to do anything. The threat is obviously a lot more important than really any real action coming. So, like you mentioned, BLG, they get to kind of push Kyle out of that wave. Viper's just been sitting here pressing QW. Pip, they have brought On over. He's nowhere near level 6, and Kyle, I think, has a lot more buttons that are useful in this instance.
Well, On already used his main useful button, the taunt, but Bin Flash commits onto Tarzan, and Gift wraps a present for Knight in first blood.
They just don't have the same amount of damage. I mean, yes, it's a Pantheon, but your Talia is stuck in mid. Kyle does nothing in these trades, so a kill goes over to BLG, and you get all 3 grubs, which, mind you, this is a team with Ryze and Jax.
Fourth, kind of rough and tragic loss at the end in game 1. And then a little bit more dominance.
Profane Hydra, I thought they could have moved their weight a little bit more, but they gave up position for this, and now they're going to have to fight themselves into Fog of War here. I don't know if I like this.
Kyle was trying to set up a flank, but immediately gets pushed out by Viper, gets jumped. The supreme display of talent catches him, but the response of the Magnet Storm kills Shun in the crossfire. Dragon secured for Tarzan, and now it's full retreat for anyone's legend. Knight trying to continue the chase and keep them in range for follow-up kills. Boomerang Blade lands onto the Rune Prison target, but not enough damage to finish off Tarzan, and the rest of anyone's legend find their first counter response in this game 3.
Every single inch here in this series. Using some of those globals now. Can Knight find anything on the Flandra?
Forced to flash away. Knight doesn't get in range for the Rune Prison. Finds the Empowered One, layered up with the taunt. It's beautiful CC work, and Bin timed the ultimate and just clipped him in there.
That's fair, that's fair. So, a pretty expensive trade. You know, they end up hovering Knight. He'll get this entire wave and the first turret of the game going over to BLG. AL, in turn, will grab the Rift Herald and make this.
So for Jax in this instance, you are ramping up your W passive, or your auto passive that much faster? Hang on. Realm Warp toward the bottom lane. Uh-oh, Flandra. Well...
Another lower third?
Nope. Another lower third, maybe? I mean, Flandra's just gonna die here. I don't think he can even find a trade. Yep. BLG using their global tools, just getting a lot of kills back and forth. It's an answer from anyone's legend, though, in the mid lane with this Rift Herald, I should say. We already know that Jax, as a champion, destroys turrets really fast. Dusk and Dawn is just as good as a turret destruction tool as Trinity Force. However, Shanks is going to force a flash out with the Weaver's Wall, still looking for On. Quick taunt dash away, at least escapes the seismic shove, but On is still in trouble. Shanks is just putting the hurt train, the flash forward guarantees the kill.
I will note, kind of a free death there. You got Shanks to flash, and while the Dragon isn't something you're going to be contesting, On can always get on the map a lot faster.
They're going to be a little slow to answer and try and bail Flandra out of this one. On has Stand United ready if he needs it. Hasn't popped it yet. Flandra going to get stunned up. Flash into the E. Is able to dash away back to safety. Thankfully for anyone's legend, they did answer with a tier 1 turret on the bot side. As Shanks has teleport in case they need it. Depends only on BLG if they want to get aggressive. On taunt flash into the... Oh my goodness, supreme display of talent. Good night, Tarzan. And Shanks teleports in just a little too late onto enemy targets. Throw an AP on a high AP ratio. Yeah, that thing is chunking people. But Viper caught out by 3 people. Big shutdown going over to Hope's pockets. Flandra in a 1v2. He's got Tarzan for reinforcements, but he goes down.
Shanks.
Realm Warp. Does he have enough time to get out alive? Yes, he does. Shanks arise just to see Shun and Knight Realm Warp away, but Kyle is hot on their trail, looking for the flashback to Storm to lock Knight down. He tries to flash to the turret for safety, but Hope gets another shutdown and a Shun's Kiana. And anyone's legend are trying to do everything they can to get back in this game.
That has to be a Baron. You have an Kaisa here with 2 items. They're in terms of vision. They have the Scuttle, they have the Pixel Brush, and they have the River Rush entering into mid. On's getting engaged.
Display of talent used to push Hope back, but everyone just jumps to the left side. Shanks flashes away, but cannot get out. Here comes Bin with the counter-strike, clicks for Tarzan next. Aegis Assault buys some time, but just look at the scoop of BLG completely corralling, and Hope in the a Baron.
There we go. Let's roam warp out. 3 members take care of the big purple worm. An amazing fight from the carries. And I had a lot of reservations about Shun on this Kiana, but him and Viper, him and Knight, I should say, have been moving excellently in that fight. They immediately snap onto Shanks, force him out of this, make him flash, and still end up grabbing that kill. A Baron on top of that is going to make this game so much easier, and BLG now find themselves with an almost 6,000 gold lead here.
Called out. Shanks completely irrelevant in that fight. Credit to Viper and Knight. And now Baron buff on their side. They pick up the 4th dragon, even up the dragons so that anyone's legend.
The Realm Warp is gone. Not a very long cooldown, but at least slowing it down. We have not seen this. We've seen some plays from Shanks and Tarzan, but just not in this game. Oh!
Display of talent on the 2 members, Tarzan and Kyle, both caught, and Tarzan is the first one to drop. Flandra TP's in, forced to immediately run away, and BLG now have a 5-on-4 for another 40 seconds. How much damage can they do?
There's nothing for AL to do at this point. BLG get free time on these waves, go for another top tier 2. I just want to see Bin auto attack this. Crystalline Overgrowth, boom, 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 turret is gone. A free one coming in for Bin Jax, an iconic champion pair for him, by the way, who we haven't even mentioned here in this game. You know, Mark, you know what's scarier than a level 18 Jax?
What's that? Oh, a level 20
level
Jax?
19 Jax. A level 19 and a level 20 Jax.
Yep, that's right. Well, Flandra forced to run away from the Realm War. Bin winding up the helicopter, looking for the counter-strike.
Oh, Kyle!
Kyle in the Q-stun, open to the back line. Finds Shoot first. Don't tell me he gets dropped, but he trades one for Viper next. But it's up to Bin to carry this one through with On. Shanks trying to keep him away. On forced the taunt back. The seismic shove. BLG! They just crumbled when it mattered most. Anyone's legend bringing it back from the brink. How does this happen?
Holy crap, Kyle! That's a tier 1 support if I've ever seen one. They're gonna grab a tier 1 turret on the way out. That was an incredible magnet storm, completely acing BLG.
Lead. They can just look back at that and say, okay, guys, you know what? We messed up. We can still close this game out.
I'll give him player of the game
favored.
for that play alone, bro. I'll give him player of the game for that one, even if
he's definitely getting ace. He's definitely getting ace for sure.
All right, AL trying to start up the Baron. They're going to immediately turn on whoever is teleporting. Bin, flash, leap strike, he's out. No ult. Shun's coming in on a flank.
Shun looking for the supreme display talent. Hits all 5. Viper and Knight can now rip, and now it's BLG's time to shine. Anyone's legend had a brief glimpse of hope, but it's immediately put to rest. Viper takes the triple kill, the pop-off from On and the player cam, quadra kill for Viper, and the first chapter of this epic rivalry will be written in BLG colors.
Man, I love the fact that it even happens in the exact same spot. They may have gotten rid of Otacon, but it's still the same story. BLG make a comeback here at the end of that play and completely dominate AL 2 games back-to-back. God damn!
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.